All right, so it looks like I'm the only one here at the moment, so we're just gonna wait and get some more people in here. Oh yeah. Mama and Daddy had a little baby. Then there's three in the family. Then there's three in the family. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Then there's three in the family. Mama and Daddy had a little baby. Yes, they did in the family. And then there's three in the family. It's the magic number. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Then there's three in the family. Mama and Daddy had a little baby. Yes, they did. It's a magic number. Yeah, then there's three in the family. They're still waiting on people to show up. See what else might be going on. It might be keeping them. I'm still the only one here. Just waiting for more people to show up. Let's see now. Get along, gang, get along, gang. They're each very special in their own way. Get up with a get along gang when you know it's okay. Get up with a get along gang. Oh, get up with a get along gang when you know it's okay. Get up with a get along gang. Oh, get up. Oh, to the music. Oh, to the music. Whoa, to the music. All the time. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Find adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. They are the gummy bears. Magic and mystery are part of their history. Faithful and friendly with stories to share. All through the forest they sing out in chorus, marching along as their song fills the air. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Find adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. They are the gummy bears. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, spins a web and he sighs. Can't you see? Just like flies, look out. There goes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen up. He's got radioactive blood from overhead. Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. In the still of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Welcome in, he is yours. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang-up. Whenever there's a hang-up, there goes a Spider-Man. Let's see. When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who oppose his shield must yield. In the red and the white and the blue it comes true when Captain America throws his mighty shield. Tony Stark makes you feel he's a cool exec with the hottest wheels. As Iron Man, all jets of flame, he fights and fights with repulsor rays. Amazing power, it's Iron Man. Amazing power, it's Iron Man. Doc Bruce Banner, belted by gamma rays, turned into Hulk, ain't he just gallantly threatened the town with the powerful, you know, ain't so foolish but lovable, the ever-loving Hulk. Hulk, Hulk. Cross the rainbow bridge of Asgard, where the blue means heaven's roar. And behold, incredulous wonder, the god of thunder, mighty Thor. Stronger than a whale, he can swim anywhere, he can breathe underwater and go flying through the air. Noble submariner, prince of the deep, so beware of deadly demons. Lord Namor of Atlantis is the prince of the deep. All right, well, as I'm the only one here, let's see. Shall I wait a little longer, or shall I think I will go ahead and get started at the 10-minute mark here? For those who might decide to watch the replay, we got what's on tap for tonight. We got like 5 stories, including Chuck Dixon with some critique of Alan Moore's Batman, The Killing Joke, which he calls it misery porn. And a story that was also kind of reported a bit by Yellow Flash as well. Marvel fans are roasting them for the use of the term Latinx. Let's see. Also, Blaze is coming out with a new title called Animal Castle. A George Orwell-esque type comic, and also IDW has announced a Star Wars annual, and also Netflix. Got some Netflix news as well as the Netflix She-Ra fans, and what is being called a somewhat of an ironic twist here, are putting a petition together to try to get the live action She-Ra series canceled for the sake of LGBT plus representation. So all that and more on this edition of the Mikestand. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started here on this. This episode of the Mikestand. Let's get to the stories here. Hopefully, people will show up soon. When I'm not just talking to myself here. Let's see now. All right, so let's get to the first story here. Prolific Batman writer Chuck Dixon describes Alan Moore's Batman the Killing Joke as misery porn. Article by John F. Trent, published yesterday, the 15th. So here we go. Let's get into this. In the most recent episode of Ask Chuck Dixon, prolific Batman writer Chuck Dixon described Alan Moore and Brian Boland's Batman the Killing Joke as quote unquote misery porn. I wonder what he means by that. Maybe he's talking about like the soul sound a lot. They say misery loves company, and we could build a factory on fake misery. Frustrated, Incorporated. I know what you see. I know what you. So, anyways, continue on with the article here. Dixon was asked by one of his fans, Cody Gatlin, quote, I recently read that Alan Moore regrets making, in smaller quotes, The Killing Joke so dark and gruesome, and he wishes mainstream comics would go back to the lighthearted and whimsical days of Adam West Batman. Have you heard this? And what is your opinion? Unquote. In fact, Moore has spoke about how he regrets the story he created in Batman the Killing Joke. Back in 2009, Moore did an interview with Mania where he discussed the legacy of Marvel Man, Miracle Man, Watchmen, and Batman the Killing Joke. He first detailed his regrets for superhero comics following the pattern of Marvel Men, where the heroes are all psychologically damaged in some way. Moore stated, quote, can I just say I'm sorry? That was never my intention for every book to be like that. The reason I wanted to do them like that was because nothing else was like that. I wanted to do something that was different, unquote. Yeah. Well, sounds like what he regrets is that it became more of a thing that he intended. He continued, quote, if I were, God forbid, still doing superhero comics today, just like my ABC work from a couple years ago, they'd be very, very different from the Watchmen or Marvel Men template. They'd be much more about having fun, whether that be intellectual fun or just plain fun, much more about that than doing my revisions, unquote. Sounds like you might want to try to bring back something like the Inferior 5 or something like that from Universe I believe, or something like that from the DC multiverse. Hello, Legend. And Jaku. Thank you for the like and share. Looks like we got 3 people now, so that's good. I'm glad to see people are here. I hope you guys will be enjoying the content here. Um, move forward. Okay. Um, let's see. I think ultimately, okay, so this is a quote again from Alan Moore here. I think ultimately that approach that I brought in, taking previously existing characters and reinterpreting them, has probably led to very grim and very unenjoyable comic books, unquote, he added. He would go on to describe what he did in The Killing Joke as, quote, entirely inappropriate. More elaborated, quote, this has nothing to do with Brian Boland's artwork, which was, of course, exquisite. I've never really liked my story in The Killing Joke. I think it put far too much melodramatic weight upon a character that was never designed to carry it. It was too nasty. It was too physically violent, unquote. Yeah, but it did kind of, I think it might have added some depth to the character, though. But, quote, there were some good things about about it in about it, but in terms of my writing, it's not one of my favorite pieces. If, as I said, God forbid I was ever writing a character like Batman again, I'd probably be setting it squarely in the kind of quote smiley uncle period where Dick Sprang was drawing it, and where you had Ace the Bat Hound and Batmite and the Zebra Batman, um, when it was sillier. Because then it was brimming with imagination and playful ideas, he posited. That's from Batman the Killing Joke. Moore continued, I don't, quote, I don't think that the world needs that many brooding psychopathic Avengers. I don't know that we need any. It was a disappointment for me to me how Watchmen was absorbed into the mainstream. It had originally been meant as an indication of what people could do that was new. I'd originally thought that with works like Watchmen and Marvel Man, I'd be able to say, quote, look, this is what you can do with these still old concepts. You can turn them on their heads. You can really wake them up. Don't be so limited in your thinking. Use your imagination, unquote. Probably going into the darker depths of his mind with the Killing Joke, it would appear. Quote, and I was naively hoping there'd be a rush of fresh and original work by people coming up with their own. But as I said, it was meant to be something that would liberate comics. Instead, it became this massive stumbling block that concerns um, that comics can't even um, can't really seem to get around to this day. They've lost a lot of their original innocence and they can't get that back. And they're stuck, it seems, in this kind of depressive ghetto of grimness and psychosis. I'm not too proud of being the author of that regrettable trend, unquote, Moore asserted. Alan Moore is the guy who, of course, wrote Batman the Killing Joke. That was basically the storyline. That was, I think, the graphic novel or something like that, where Joker shows people the whole idea of you know what that everybody can have one bad day. You know, it was the story where he forced Commissioner Gordon to watch him shoot and paralyze Barbara Gordon, which led to her becoming Oracle. And was also the storyline that was notorious for the killing of Jason Todd. Void Rangers here. That's activity. Good. Well, yeah. Well, that's negative activity, but what about the positive activity? We want positive activity. Void Ranger. Yeah, so 2 people watching now. If you guys can like and share the stream, that would help. It would be nice to see some more people in here and contribute positively. On Goodreads, Moore would reiterate this position, saying, quote, actually, with The Killing Joke, I have never really liked it much as a work. Although I, of course, remember Brian Boland's art as being absolutely beautiful simply because I thought it was too far violent and sexualized a treatment for a simplistic comic book character like Batman and a regrettable misstep on my part. Unquote. There's a picture of the Joker right there. As for Dixon's opinion on the matter, he stated, I think he has some regrets over what he did with The Killing Joke. That he turned comics around a corner that there was no coming back from, that The Killing Joke was far more influential in comics than he anticipated it would be. Unquote. He continued, and this is Chuck Dixon responding to some of the things that were just said. Quote, I think that he and Brian Boland and the editors at the time thought this would be a one-off tangent from the DC universe, but it was taken as canon. It was taken as part of the continuity. The rest is sad. The rest is sad. Because our writers thought, and smaller quote, well, the floodgates of dark are open, so we're going to keep on going and pushing the envelope on dark, unquote. Quote, and when you do that, what's the end? What's the end result of that? Unpleasant misery porn, which is what Killing Joke is. I know that Alan loves comic, in brackets more, but he did them a disservice here, and I wouldn't be surprised that he realizes that, unquote. Dixon then shared his view that Batman should not return to the Adam West version of the character. Quote, I mean, I wouldn't want Batman to return to the campy Adam West days. I wouldn't mind that it stayed the way we were writing in the 90s. He explained, quote, because when I was on Batman in the 90s, Denny was not a fan of Killing Joke at all. And so we just sort of did classic Denny O'Neil Batman, which I'd be happy if it all returned back to that. But they had to keep going dark. They have to keep going perverse. The dragon. Detective Comics number 650 right there. Dixon then examined the story of The Killing Joke. Quote, The thing about it is that Alan Moore thought of it as a story, and he probably got it in his head and couldn't get it out. The story of the Joker taking to the logical conclusion of a dangerous homicidal maniac, not the clown prince of crime, but somebody that was really, really dangerous, a dangerous psychotic, and what that would mean for the Batman universe. Unquote. Quote. So the humiliation of Commissioner Gordon, the humiliation of Batgirl, and the crippling of Batgirl, all the stuff, this level of cruelty brought to the characters had never been visited upon them before. Then, it made for a story, and yes, it was compelling, though I think the ending of it was stupid, unquote, he stated. So this is, and then here's of course the very famous or infamous panel where the Joker comes to Commissioner Gordon's door and ends up shooting Barbara right there. Dixon then shared his idea on how the book should have ended so as not to affect Batman's continuity. Quote, if the Killing Joke had ended with instead of Batman and Joker sharing a laugh, which makes no sense to me at all, either dramatically or human nature wise, Batman would not find the Joker amusing. Joke isn't that good anyway. Well, unless you had them both laughing because, yeah, maybe Joker thinks it's funny, but Batman's um, laughing due more to the fact that maybe he's kind of losing it a little bit. That's another way of looking at it. He continued, quote, if the Killing Joke had ended with Batman stomping the life out of Joker, I mean, literally killing him, and then we could look at it as a one-off story. This is quote. This is basically these characters taken to their nth conclusion. These are the characters taken to the end of the road, and it would be a one-off story, not in Canaan, a tangent, an Elseworlds, an imaginary tale, a what if, whatever, and then it wouldn't have had the effect it had on the rest of continuity. Well, again, though, this story also ultimately gave us, Jason Todd coming back to life as the Red Hood. So it'd give us that. Quote, but because Batman and the Joker pretty much reconcile at the end of the story, and this tired idea that they are two sides of the same coin is presented, because of that, the story could exist in continuity. But I would have had it differently be a one off story that isn't in continuity. It's just an experimentation, and I could have lived with that. I still wouldn't have liked it, but I could have lived with that, unquote, he asserted. Yes, this is the scene of them laughing together, I guess, from the Killing Joke. Let's see. After making a comparison to Charles Schultz's Peanuts comic strip, and specifically the relationship between Charlie Brown and Lucy, Dixon declares that the Killing Joke, quote, drove a wrecking ball through the Batman franchise, that we are still feeling the impact today with these nihilistic, anti-heroic tales that we are being presented with, unquote. quote, instead of good old-fashioned rock'em sock'em escapist fiction, superhero stories, we are getting these dark contemplations. So there are places that these stories should not go, unquote, he declared. Detective Comics 651. What do you think? What do you make of Chuck Dixon's opinions on Batman? I mean, I guess I can understand his point to a degree. Yeah, this might have worked better as an Elseworld story, but I think it still did spawn some interesting um, lines in the main continuity when it became Kanan. So let's see now what we have here. Walden. Let's see. Mexican Independence Day. Is I think it's Bungo Stray Dogs, not Bingo Stray Dogs. That's just a bad anime. Oh boy, here we go. Man. Hey Dave, there's room for dark times. You just don't dwell on them. Yeah, well, that's a good point, Dave. You know, glad to see more people coming in finally a bit here. You guys can like and share the stream. See if we can get some more people in here. That'd be appreciated. Yeah. Oh boy. Even see that. All right. So, anyways, hmm. All right. So here we go. Marvel fans roast the company for celebrating Hispanic Latinx Heritage Month. Um, Article by John F. Trent, published earlier today. Marvel fans weren't having any of Marvel's virtue signaling after they called on fans to celebrate Hispanic Latinx Heritage Month. Unquote. This is an article I know that Yellow Flash, and well, not this article specifically, but this particular story. I know this story. I think Yellow Flash covered a little bit too. In a post to Facebook, Marvel wrote, "quote Celebrate Hispanic Latinx Heritage Month with some mighty Marvel Games updates." Unquote. I think one of the other things too is one of the things that I know Yellow Flash had reported on is that the term Latinx is most Hispanics actually hate it. Most Latinos and Latinas actually hate the term Latinx. So, the post included a link to an article with a headline that reads Marvel Games celebrates Hispanic Latinx Heritage Month. The post promotes a slew of Marvel's mobile games such as Marvel Future Fight, Marvel Puzzle Quest, Marvel Strike Force, Marvel Contest of Champions, and Marvel Future Fight. In the comments, fans blasted the blatant virtue signal. Bill Martin wrote, quote, "Stop being disrespectful with the Latinx garbage. It's Latino or Latina." Ma Armenta commented, quote, "We would much rather not having the X in other topics. Spider-Man 2009 was the coolest one to play in Shattered Dimensions." Quote, Latin America is a term and is also gender neutral, Latin American. Stop with the Latinx. We can say Latin American Heritage Month, unquote, said Roma Kong. Adam Bow wrote, I'm just impressed how literally every corpo adopts the very latest year progressive terminology, even though practically no one identifies with it. Seriously, simultaneously creepy as hell and impressive, just the insistence year in and year out, regardless of what the masses say or think. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the points that I know Yellow Flash, when he was talking about this on one of his videos today, um, they probably it's a belief that the term Latinx actually came from a white liberal, probably from white liberal women. Okay, that's probably who actually came up with the term on the college campuses. You know, um, Nathaniel Mendenhall commented, "Still saying Latinx when the vast majority of Latinos don't use it or even find it offensive." El Ag added, um, quote, "As a Latina, please stop referring to us as Latinx. Quote, stop appropriating their culture and changing their language to fit your own superiority complex politics," unquote, wrote Philip Fromdahl. Daniel Chewy Guijarro wrote, quote, Latinx? Just say Hispanic. It's less offensive to us, unquote. Quote, Marvel, quit flaunting the Latinx agenda. It's not popular among many of your Latina fan base, unquote, wrote Benito Juarez. Evan Berthium commented, quote, I'd celebrate if you stopped using Latinx as a descriptor. Richard Gomez wrote, what's a Latinx, Marvel? And I Wolverine Spawn. Am I Wolverine Spawn? Okay, that's kind of interesting. Let's see. It'd be a lot cooler if you didn't refer to us as Latinx. Thanks, said Ernesto Flores. David Ogando stated, I am offended by the term Latinx. No one gave anyone the right to rewrite my heritage, unquote. Yeah, this is just a full of just. Okay, William Linares added, quote, Latinx is a slur. It's not going to catch up. Latinos and Latinas hate it. And Eric Nino simply stated, Latinx isn't a thing. But you make a yeah, I think it's blowing up right in their face, it sounds like. That's pretty much what it's coming down to. It's blowing up right in their face. Hey, Woody. Guys, if you can like and share the stream, that'd be appreciated. Let's see. Let's see what you guys are saying now. Let's see. Boys and girls, Latinas and Latinas. Bonita, bonito. Uh-huh. Burrito. Okay. Let's see. Wait. Chicano. Chicana. No, Chicana, not Chicanx. Poor people in here now. All right. So, anyways, getting ready to move on to we got through 2 of the 5 articles. We're already at 39. Well, coming up on 40 minutes here. Again, guys, if you can help me out by liking and sharing the stream, that'd be appreciated. See if we can get some more people in here. Let's see it. All right, so we're going on to the third of 5 articles we're doing tonight. The third comic we got, as I said earlier, we have 5. We have like 5 articles we're doing tonight. 4 of them are comic related, and then we got one kind of cartoon related. So, anyways, so here's the next article. Ablaze announces Animal Castle, a new George Orwell inspired comic series. Article by John F. Trent published earlier today. Ablaze Publishing announced a brand new comic book series titled Animal Castle. And that right there. The series is written by Xavier Dorison with art by Felix Delep, and according to press release, puts a new spin on the animal uprising, Animal Castle number 1. The official description for the series reads, quote, "On the farm, all animals were equal, but in the castle, some are more equal than others," unquote. It continues, quote, "Nestled in the heart of a farm forgotten by men, the animal castle is ruled by the iron hoof, with an iron hoof by President Silvio. The bull and his dog, Militia, savor their power, while the other animals are exhausted by work until the arrival of the mysterious Azalard, a traveling rat who will team them the secrets of civil. I guess it's supposed to actually teach, not team. Somebody did a typo there. It's supposed to be teach. Teach them the secrets of disobedience, uh, civil disobedience. Ablaze co-founder Rich Young says about the series, quote, "For fans of Animal Farm, the best-selling Stray Dogs and Eisner Award-winning Beast of Burden, comes a fable that is both familiar and surprising," unquote. Quote, "You may think you know the story, but set aside your assumptions. Animal Castle offers a compelling new take on timeless themes of class equality, oppression, and rebellion. The art on the series is phenomenal. Felix Delep breathes life into every page and illustrates the animals in a unique and unforgettable style," he adds. The series arrives on comic book shelves on December 1st, 2021. It will retail for $3.99. Do you plan on checking out Animal Castle number 1? There we go. Okay, so the Legend 27 just pulls from the chat, and then 9 dislikes appear. Real subtle, Clark. Hmm. Yeah, I actually thought that maybe he was being legit, but disappears from chat. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, if you can go ahead and like and share the stream. See if we can get some more people in here. That'd be appreciated. IDW announces Star Wars The High Republic Adventures Annual. Article by John F. Trent. Um, let's see. Published earlier today. Don't worry about it for now. Yeah, I'm just moving on, Dave. I'm not really worrying too much about it. But let's see. Yeah, we just announced that. Okay. IDW Publishing recently announced a new one-shot comic titled Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures Annual 2021. The comic will feature stories from all five of the main creatives for Star Wars The High Republic Initiative. That includes Claudia Gray, Justina Ireland, Daniel Jose Older, Kevin Scott, Charles Soule. In a press release, IDW notes the book is a 48-page anthology aimed at middle grade readers. The book's editor, Heather Antos, described the one shot saying, High Republic is such a unique landscape in Star Wars history, both canonically and in media storytelling, and being able to collaborate with all the story architects for their first collaboration in a single book as has been amazing. This is a comic any Star Wars fan simply can't miss. As for the stories the book will feature, each of the creators offered a brief snippet about what they have in store. Claudia Gray stated, I've been asking to write a Star Wars comic for years, so I'm incredibly psyched that IDW gave me the chance telling a High Republic story, especially around the crew of the vessel, who are favorites of mine. Has been a great way to begin, as rewarding as it is to write novels. There's a special magic about actually seeing your creations on the page. It's super exciting to be able to share a story featuring Vernestra and Stellan, getting a chance to show them working together while Vernestra was a Padawan, has been a ton of fun, added Justina Ireland. Older relayed, this project is exceptionally cool because it has the whole team together in one place, doing what we love, telling stories of this amazing new era in the galaxy far, far away. For my part, I'm thrilled to introduce readers to a few characters that we'll be learning more about in my upcoming work, unquote. Scott said, quote, it's great to be back writing my favorite Tempest runner, Lorna D., who takes on a rather surprising Jedi. There's one thing you can be sure about with Lorna. She always looks after what matters most, herself. And finally, Charles Soule noted, quote, I am so happy to be part of this project. For one thing, I haven't written these characters um, in well over a year, and for another, it is a chance to work directly with the rest of the Project Luminous crew, which is always a blast. I'm excited for people to see this one, unquote. The book will feature artwork by Sam Beck, Jesse Lonangren, Jason Liu, Yael Nathan, and Stefano Simone. Um, it will feature covers by Simone and Liu. Do you have any interest in the anthology one shot? So there we go with that one, guys. Um, Meanie. Yeah, that's what they are. I have no faith in that comic series. Okay. So let's see now. Always worried about the KOTOR remake. Might play great. Um, Maybe rewritten just wrong. All right. So anyway, so we're at the 52-minute mark. Connection seems to be unstable according to thing here. So I may cut out for a quick moment, guys, just to see if I can get this connection fixed a bit here. It seems to be unstable. My connection. And to see if we can. How am I coming in now? Loading symbol slowly twirling. And I can look over here. See. Thoughts of ramen noodles twirling. Let me see now. Okay, so let's see. See some of your comments coming in. Still visible. No, out here. Yeah. As well, Robo Mike. Boy, man. I mean, do you have storm? No, I mean we've gotten cooler lately, but Mike headroom, yeah. No, I don't have a storm, Dave. It's just signal sometimes comes in and out, unfortunately. Legend is. Hey, Robert, welcome to the stream. And Gavin Newsom. All right. I'm gonna try one more thing here. So I may go out for a moment, but I'll be right back, hopefully. Okay, let's see if that helps any. What I just did right there is I just kind of tried to reboot my connection on my end. So let's like and share the stream. That would help out a lot too. All right. Well, seems to. What is it now? Any of you guys? Still chopping like onions. Yeah, I know. I can't figure out why though. It's still saying connection. It's still saying oh man. All right, I'm gonna try one more time to see if I can't. All right, let's try it on. Not even. No, it's not even coming. All right, so let's see. So how am I looking now, guys? Let's see. Well, he was coming in clear for a second, then. Still drifting in a. According to my computer here, it's not the connection on this side, anyways. But let's see. Dream. Seems to be getting better rather than worse. Yeah, I don't know. Straight getting the little signal here saying that it's still unstable. I can't figure out what. Drive safely. My choppy as hell today, I see. Yeah, I may just, as much as except I say attempt to carry on. All right, well, I do have just one more main story, and then we might just wrap up quicker tonight, just because this is getting kind of ridiculous here. Just, You guys. All right. Well, anyways. All right. Well, here we go. All right. Well, anyways, let's go on to the next story here. Just gonna try my best here. Hopefully we can. See, we got one more main story to go through, and then probably will wrap up early with all this going on. There we go. Um, all right. So at least now we. All right. So, anyways. Yeah, well, there was some new She-Ra stuff coming out, Dave. All right, so, oh, and this is kind of a bit of an ironic trick from what I had read here. So, Netflix She-Ra fans at launch petition to cancel newly announced live show. They quote unquote care about LGBT plus representation. Article by Spencer McCooley, published published yesterday. So let's see what quote and smaller quote turn of the tables on smaller quote. Given their penchant for mocking those who enjoyed the original series, fans of Netflix's She-Ra and the Princess of Power have launched a petition calling on quote DreamWorks, Mattel, Netflix, and Amazon unquote to cancel the latter's recently announced live-action reboot of the beloved '80s series out of concern for LGBT plus representation unquote. As first reported by Variety on September 13th, the live-action She-Ra series attached. Variety was able to confirm that the new live-action series would be a new standalone story and will not be connected to the animated show. Unquote. Anyways, continue on with the article here. Immediately after this announcement, again in an exceedingly ironic move given the fan base's regular dismissal of similar complaints made by fans of the original series for the Netflix show, a She-Ra fan by change.org username of Beck F launched a petition calling on the powers that be to quote a She-Ra movie based on the 2008. So the live action one's going to be more in line with the original. Quote, the issue behind this remake is that the LGBT plus community for years, Stevenson and fellow LGBT plus fans of the program be stripped away live action and not only to place the male gaze on heroic women, them as objects for male pleasure, unquote, wrote Beck F. Quote, this is not okay, unquote. Well, the fact is, I don't think the 2018 She-Ra series was all that successful to begin. So, of course, they're not going to want to do a live-action version of it. Let you preach to people. They get a chance to preach to people. They didn't care for what you had to say. So, hope they hire an actress despite these insecure weirdos. She-Ra is super. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering if maybe it's StreamYards or something that's screwing up here. I'm not sure. Okay. What is saying? Are they sure? Or if it's StreamYard that's maybe acting up or something like that, because I can't really tell from this. I think some of the other stuff is. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I think StreamYards is acting up. Always say it will be more in line with the source material. It never is, but as long as it's downright dismissive of that material, there's hope. We're doing all right, Mike. Not the best, but all right. Yeah. I'm beginning to think it's more StreamYard than anything. Jump scare. And the thing turns black. Yeah, because what Woody is I kind of refreshed I refreshed the StreamYard screen there to see if that would help any. So that's why. Hey, like even when I'm pushing your comments, they're not responding fast. I see a live. I want it painted black. Wait, no, no, I don't. You're back now yet? Not stronger, but back. Yeah, something's up with this. I don't know what, but might be StreamYard because that's what I'm beginning to think. Because I did just kind of try moving it close to my router, and so that didn't help. Okay, so yeah. All right. Well, anyways, I'm gonna pull the Shira screen back up here. Try to get through this story, and I'm gonna probably going nutty. Um, let's see. Calling upon, quote, DreamWorks, Mattel, Netflix, and Amazon, unquote, the petition concluded, quote, if you care about LGBT plus representation, you will cancel this live action in favor of an animated creation of. As of writing, the petition has currently collected 1,034 of its desired 2,500 signatures, though there has been no indication that any of the aforementioned entities. What do you make of the petition? Let us know your thoughts. Well, I hope that the live action people just say screw you. We're not going to do that. You know. So anyway, so that's it with that. Um, let's see. I'm a blame Wojcicki anyway. Wojcicki wave fist. Watching the stream is a little bit like qualids. Okay. Yeah. Woody, my man, share friend. Just kidding. Okay, well, we're already at the hour and 20 mark, guys. It keeps showing me that the connection's unstable. For some reason, but at least with the other things, I think. All right, so, anyways, And yeah, I mean, even when I go to the YouTube screen, I can tell that it's. Let me check something here. Let's see if just. This is taking too long here. All right, it just seems like it's taking too long. Okay, so unstable can be good thing. Um, is your hounds unstable houses. Right. So, anyways, guys, are hopefully you're ready for this day in each history because I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping up here because stuff maybe I can't seem to. Hopefully, we won't have this problem tomorrow night. Um. So, are you guys ready for this day in each history? H maniac. Ahead and start to wrap this up because this is getting freaking ridiculous. So let me go through all this. Let's see, 1971. Um, 6, 1981, and then okay. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up. We're going to go with this day in each history. Um, anyway, so to start off, we're going to head back 50 years ago today. Egypt. All right, so on this date, 50 years ago today in 1971, Gold Key released a number of Gold Key titles went on sale, including the 120th issue of Walter Lance's 1971. So today, Walt Disney's Donald number 3 and Walter Lance's Woody Woodpecker number 120 on sale from um, from um, from Gold. So, all right. So, anyways, on to the next piece of niche. On this date in 1981, and this is a rare coverage for me of doing something outside of the USA, since it, of course, shows up here. We're about to end Batgoat. We've been having technical issues all night here, apparently. We're wrapping up here. Reasonably drunk. Welcome to Jungle Batgoat. Being All right. Well, anyways, on this date, 40 years ago today, the British stop motion animated television series Postman Pat made its long running debut on this date back in 1981. I believe it may have got some play here in the States as well, but on this date years ago today, the British stop motion animated series Postman Pat would make its debut. I got Super Valley lost two discs in trees. They if you can back out, if you can kind of like and share the stream, that would help me out a bit here. Thank you. Um, call you band. Sure. Let's see, but I went to the. Oh, that's okay. All right. Well, anyways, I'm moving on to the next piece in each history here. Let's see. Okay. All right. So on this day in 2006, which was 15 years ago today, seems a little there, hopefully. Play through. On this day in 2006, from the from the Manhattan Center in New York City was night 2 of Ring of Honor's 5th annual event, Glory Honor. The night it saw Brian Danielson, who most of you would better as Daniel, retained ROH World title. Also on the card, Naomichi Marufuji defeated Nigel McGuinness. Wrestling, Petero Castagnoli, who some of you would know better as Cesario, in Austin and Roderick Strong to win the RO title. When the Briscoe brothers, Adam Pearce, Delirious, among other. That happened on this date 15 years ago today. Ring of Honor's night 2 of their Glory by Honor, 5th Glory by Honor event was held at the Manhattan Center. So, with that, we have one more piece of. We have one more piece of history, then we'll be done for the night here. All right. So on this date in the 2016 version of um, the 2016 version of my I don't know, but which was 5 years ago today, the first season of the 2016 would complete its run on this date 5 years ago today. So 5 years ago today, the first season of Berserk, the 2016 version, would complete its run. So, anyways, with that, guys, hopefully tomorrow night things will be better. I don't know what's going on tonight with this blasted thing. But before I head out, don't forget tomorrow night we'll be looking at Action Comics #1 from DC Comics as we get into May of 1938. Backup, I'll send you the StreamYard link earlier in the day. So with that, I thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm sorry I had to cut out this way, but the the thing's just been screwy all night. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.